Dakota's my youngest daughter. She is my heart. Her mother and I lived in Detroit, and her mom came to me, I don't know, at about 6:30 in the morning and said, "It's time." And I said, "It's time for what?" She says, "Time." And I freaked out, and I jumped in the car and almost left her without her. Pulled back in the driveway. I got her mom, Lauren, in the car. And all the way there, Lauren was screaming, she's on her way, and I'm screaming, "No, please don't, please don't." And we screeched to a halt at the hospital, and we were in the elevator, and out popped Dakota. I mean, that fast. She was in such a big hurry to get into this world. And she has been my faith child. We used to go change the message board at the church. Dakota would go with me all the time on Sunday night to change it for the message for the preceding week. And she would come up with different messages that I would put on there. And they touched people's heart. Many years ago, her mother called me when Dakota was about 14 or 15 and said she wasn't doing too well in Detroit. And she was being homeschooled on a computer. And I found that unacceptable. So I asked her mother to send her to me. And she did. And I drove to the airport here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I picked her up. We came right here to Inspiration Ministries. I wanted to see my church. I wanted to bring my daughter here and show her what my church looked like. We took a tour of the grounds, and I was impressed. I was impressed that my money that I sowed into this church went all over the world. It brought hope to millions of people without hope. I was suddenly part of something bigger than myself. I found something wonderful in that. Even when my son called me and told me to get to the hospital, my daughter Dakota was in a serious accident. She's not going to live.
Father, thank you for your peace.
In the first 5 minutes, I called Catherine at Inspiration Ministries. And I said, I need my God girl. I need her to pray right now.
October 25th, 2022, I was in a real bad ATV accident. I wasn't expected to make it.
I don't think there's words that can express what she went through. Her boyfriend Richard was driving, and it was a side-by-side vehicle. And he pulled out in front of a logging truck. The logging truck was doing 60 miles an hour. And it T-boned her on her side. It threw the side-by-side almost 60 feet. It rolled time and time again. A metal rod went right through her, sticking on her front. It was the most horrific accident you could imagine. They had pronounced her dead on the scene. In the process of them getting her out of the side-by-side and removing her off of the rod, she was pierced away. She came back to life.
Where the accident was, there was a cross. It must have fallen from the trees or something, but the ground had caught on fire behind, and there was a perfect burnt cross right behind where it had happened.
And they called for an airlift. They did their job. They got her to the hospital instantly. She was rushed into surgery, 240 pints of blood, 18 surgeries. She was in a coma for 3 months. She had a stroke again. God brought her back again. They didn't even know if she would live. They had a plastic plate covering her midsection so that they could open her up at a moment's notice and patch the leaks from the impact. She lost a kidney in the accident. It was pierced through. They removed it. Some months later, put her on dialysis because her remaining kidney wasn't working. It came around to a Tuesday, and they wanted to take the remaining kidney. They wanted to go in, look at it, and take it. And she would be on a donor list. I don't think God liked that, because when they wheeled her in on Tuesday, they couldn't do the operation because they fed her a meal. The anesthesiologist would not put her out. So they waited till Wednesday morning. They wheeled her in. It was supposed to be a 3-4 hour operation. She came back to the room 30 minutes later. We asked what's happening. Only one doctor said what I really wanted to hear. God moved. They opened her up, found that kidney to be brand new. Nothing wrong with it. No reason to take it. That kidney's still working. She's here today as testimony to God, to His strength, to His might, to His spirit, power of prayer. I don't care what's going on with you. I don't care how bad your health is. I don't care how bad your finances are. You know something? There is an almighty God who cares deeply for you. And his son Jesus is there to pray for you. When you can't pray for yourself, he's there. I think the only two words I can give you is only believe. Even if it's the smallest degree, only believe. I only believed that my daughter would become better when she moved here. I only believed that she would make it through that accident.
And here I am a year later, and I've made it, and I've overcame a whole bunch of obstacles that I never thought would be possible without God.
I don't care if you don't believe in God or not. What I suggest is that you just try it one time. Kneel next to your bed, say, Lord, if you're real, show me. And you better be ready for a ride, because he's going to take you for a good one and show you exactly who he is.